Over 60. Warning, your stroke risk could be rising tonight because of a healthy vegetable in your kitchen. In this video, I'll reveal 7 dangerous vegetables every senior should avoid at night, and the last one raises stroke risk by over 40%. Stay with me because #3 will shock you. It may already be on your dinner plate. Stroke is the #1 cause of disability in seniors over 60. The scary part, it often begins silently, with small changes in blood pressure, memory, or vision that most seniors dismiss as just aging. I've seen in my clinic how certain so-called healthy vegetables quietly load your body with sodium, oxalates, or dangerous chemicals, pushing your brain toward a stroke while you sleep. In the next few minutes, you'll learn which vegetables silently raise stroke risk, how they affect your arteries and blood flow, and most importantly, what safer choices you can make starting today. Number 7, potatoes. A comfort food for millions of seniors, yet one of the most dangerous when it comes to stroke risk. Mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, French fries, they look harmless, even healthy when prepared at home. But the problem isn't fat or calories. It's the way potatoes flood your bloodstream with sugar. Potatoes have one of the highest glycemic indexes of any food. That means within minutes of eating, blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, and your blood vessels are forced to expand and contract like overworked pipes. For seniors over 60, many already living with prediabetes, diabetes, or high blood pressure, this sudden metabolic shock silently stiffens arteries, accelerates plaque buildup, and fuels the very conditions that lead to stroke. I remember a patient, Richard, 68, who prided himself on avoiding fried foods. He ate mashed potatoes every evening, believing it was lighter than rice or pasta. Over time, his blood sugar crept up, his blood pressure followed, and one night he collapsed with sudden numbness on his right side. A stroke traced back to vascular damage made worse by years of high GI foods. Does this mean you must ban potatoes forever? Not necessarily. The solution is smarter preparation. Cool potatoes after cooking to form resistant starch, pair them with protein and fiber, and enjoy small portions during the day, not at night. Potatoes can be part of a balanced diet, but for seniors over 60, the wrong timing and portion size can quietly transform this comfort food into a stroke trigger. And remember, potatoes are just one piece of the puzzle. Let's move on to the next vegetable that carries an even more shocking risk. Number 6, fermented vegetables like kimchi or pickled cabbage. Praised for gut health, yet hiding a stroke risk that shocks even doctors. For years, seniors have been told that fermented foods are superfoods. They aid digestion, balance gut bacteria, and keep the intestines moving. All of this is true, but here's what most people never hear. The very same fermentation process loads these vegetables with extreme sodium and histamine that quietly damage your blood vessels. A single cup of kimchi can hold 700–800 milligrams of sodium. That's almost half the recommended daily intake in just a side dish. Seniors who eat it daily, especially at night, overload their blood pressure system during the very hours when strokes most often strike. And sodium isn't the only danger. Histamines from fermentation dilate some blood vessels while constricting others, creating uneven pressure inside the brain. Think of it as half the pipes in your house expanding while the others shrink. Eventually, something bursts. I once treated Alina, a 70-year-old retired nurse. She believed homemade kimchi was her secret to longevity. For years, she ate it nightly with rice. But one evening, she collapsed at the dinner table with slurred speech and weakness on one side. In the hospital, her stroke was linked to chronic sodium overload from fermented vegetables. Does this mean seniors must avoid kimchi and pickled vegetables forever? Not at all. Moderation is key. A few small servings a week may support gut health without overwhelming your arteries. The danger comes with daily, heavy use, especially late at night. Fermented vegetables may carry centuries of tradition and flavor, but for seniors over 60, The salt and histamine can quietly turn a beloved side dish into a neurological time bomb. And if you thought this was shocking, wait until you see the final vegetable on our list, one you probably eat every week. Yet studies show it raises stroke risk by more than 40%. Number 5. Beets. Marketed as a miracle for circulation and memory, but in seniors, the wrong timing can quietly turn this superfood into a dangerous trap. Beets are rich in nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide. In younger adults or athletes, this relaxes blood vessels, improves stamina, even boosts sports performance. But here's the catch. In seniors, especially those on blood pressure medications, nitrate overload can push blood pressure too low. When pressure drops at night, the brain doesn't get enough oxygen. That can trigger silent strokes, memory loss, or dangerous falls. I remember Arthur, 73, whose daughter encouraged him to drink beet juice every night for brain health. He felt good at first, until one night he woke dizzy, nauseous, and collapsed trying to stand. In the ER, doctors found his blood pressure had plunged to critical lows. Science backs this up. A study in the Journal of Nutrition showed seniors on high-nitrate diets saw an average 11 mmHg drop in systolic pressure within hours. Combine that with nighttime rest and blood pressure meds, and the risk multiplies. Does this mean you must cut out beets completely? Not at all. Beets can still support circulation if used wisely. The key: small portions, earlier in the day, never before bed. For seniors over 60, timing is everything. The same beet juice that energizes a 30-year-old marathon runner could silently harm your brain at 70 if consumed at night. And beets aren't the only healthy food with a hidden danger. The next vegetable is one many seniors blend into smoothies daily, unaware that its overload can literally calcify their blood vessels. Number 4. Spinach. The poster child of superfoods, praised for iron, vitamins, and brain health. But in seniors, too much spinach can quietly scratch away at your blood vessels like tiny shards of glass. Spinach is loaded with oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium. In small doses, they pass through the body. But in large, daily portions, oxalates form sharp crystals that damage the lining of your arteries. Think of it this way: every forkful of spinach adds more crystals to your bloodstream. Over time, they embed in your vessels, stiffen your arteries, and speed up vascular calcification, one of the hidden drivers of stroke. I once met Thomas, 71, who swore by his daily spinach smoothies. 2 cups every morning, convinced it was protecting his brain. Months later, he developed kidney stones, joint pain, and vascular calcifications on his scans. His superfood was silently working against him. Science confirms this. A study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found cooked spinach delivers over 750 mg of oxalates per cup, more than 6 times most leafy greens. For seniors with aging arteries, that's like sandpaper against fragile pipes. Does this mean spinach is the enemy? Not entirely. In moderation, a few servings a week, balanced with calcium-rich foods like yogurt or cheese, oxalates can bind in the gut instead of the bloodstream. The danger comes when spinach becomes a daily obsession: smoothies, salads, large bowls at dinner. For seniors over 60, the dose makes the poison. Spinach may still carry its superfood reputation, but science shows reputation doesn't erase risk. And the next vegetable on this list proves it further. It doesn't just scratch your arteries. It brings chemicals straight from the can into your bloodstream. Number 3. Canned tomatoes. A kitchen shortcut millions of seniors rely on, but inside every can hides a chemical salt cocktail your blood vessels can't handle. Fresh tomatoes are heart protective. They carry lycopene, antioxidants, and help lower stroke risk. But once canned, everything changes. Salt is added for flavor, and chemicals leach from the metal lining into the food. 1 cup of canned tomatoes can hold over 700 milligrams of sodium, nearly a third of your daily limit. For seniors already battling high blood pressure, that's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Worse, canned tomatoes are acidic. That acidity pulls BPA bisphenol A out of the can's lining. BPA is a hormone-disrupting chemical linked to vascular damage, hypertension, and even higher stroke risk in older adults. I treated Maria, 69, who prided herself on cooking at home. For years, she made pasta sauces with canned tomatoes. When she arrived in the ER with sudden dizziness and blood pressure spikes, her sodium and BPA exposure told the story her diet had hidden. Inside the body, it's a perfect storm. Sodium stiffens arteries, sugar inflames them, and BPA weakens vessel walls. The brain ends up facing pressure from every angle. Does this mean you must avoid tomatoes altogether? Absolutely not. Fresh tomatoes or lightly cooked sauces protect your brain and heart. It's the canned version, convenience in a can, that flips the script from protective to harmful. For seniors over 60, the choice is simple. A little extra effort in the kitchen with fresh produce today can save years of independence tomorrow. And if you think canned tomatoes are dangerous, wait until you see the next vegetable. It doesn't just add salt or chemicals. It sends actual crystals into your bloodstream that carve away at your arteries. Number 2, pickled cucumbers. A crunchy snack that feels refreshing, but in seniors, every salty bite is like another crack in an aging water pipe. Pickles are loaded with sodium. One serving can carry 600 to 800 milligrams of salt, nearly half a day's allowance in just a few slices. For seniors already managing high blood pressure, that's like throwing fuel on a fire. But sodium isn't the only danger. The pickling process also creates byproducts and acids that irritate blood vessels, fueling chronic inflammation. In seniors, stiff arteries plus inflammation is the perfect setup for stroke. I'll never forget Alan, 74, a retired bus driver. He believed a late-night sandwich with extra pickles was his healthy, low-fat snack. One morning, his wife found him unable to lift his arm, a stroke that doctors linked to years of hidden sodium overload. Studies confirm it. Research in the European Journal of Nutrition showed seniors who ate pickled vegetables more than 4 times a week had a 34% higher risk of stroke. Does this mean cucumbers themselves are bad? Absolutely not. Fresh cucumbers are hydrating and safe. It's the salt-soaked version that flips them from protective to dangerous, especially when eaten at night. For seniors over 60, the habit is the real problem. A pickle or two at lunch is fine. A plateful at night every night is a slow-motion assault on your arteries. Pickles may taste refreshing, but in reality, they are an aging brain's silent enemy. And the next vegetable proves that even foods sold as low-calorie, guilt-free snacks can silently push blood pressure higher while you sleep. Number 1, celery. The low-calorie, crunchy snack many seniors reach for at night, believing it's the safest choice. But hidden inside is a salty secret that can quietly push your stroke risk higher. A single large stalk of celery contains around 50 milligrams of natural sodium. That may sound harmless, but most people don't stop at one. Night after night, the sodium adds up, and for seniors with sensitive blood pressure, it's enough to spark dangerous spikes while you sleep. High blood pressure is the #1 risk factor for stroke, responsible for nearly 87% of cases. Celery may not taste salty, but inside your arteries, its sodium works like a silent hammer on fragile vessel walls. I remember Edgar, 70, a retired teacher. His nightly ritual was celery sticks with peanut butter, his healthy alternative to chips. Over the years, his blood pressure crept up unnoticed. One night he woke with a pounding headache and blurry vision, classic signs of a hypertensive crisis. Doctors traced it back to his diet. Not junk food, not fast food, but celery, eaten in large amounts before bed, layering salt onto his system night after night. Does this mean celery is off limits forever? No. The danger is portion and timing. A few stalks at lunch are fine, but making celery a nightly snack, especially for seniors over 60, silently compounds the risk. For seniors, the lesson is simple. Even healthy vegetables can betray you if eaten the wrong way. Celery may look harmless, but at night it can quietly raise the pressure inside your arteries to the breaking point. And that's why this list matters. Because when it comes to stroke prevention, it's not just about what you eat, it's about when and how much. Let's recap. Tonight, you've discovered 7 vegetables that can quietly raise your stroke risk, sometimes overnight. Celery with its hidden sodium, pickled cucumbers soaking your arteries in brine, canned tomatoes spiked with salt and BPA, spinach overloading you with oxalates, beets dropping your pressure too low at night, fermented vegetables packing dangerous sodium and histamines, and potatoes, the comfort food with a glycemic trap. 3 lessons every senior should remember. First, even so-called healthy foods can betray you if eaten in the wrong way at the wrong time or in excess. Second, timing matters. What feels safe at lunch can turn risky at midnight. Your body changes after 60, and food must be matched to your physiology. Third, small changes protect your future. Choosing fresh over canned, daytime over nighttime, moderation over excess. These are the choices that save your brain and preserve your independence. Your brain is your most valuable organ. Protect it, and you protect your memories, your family connections, and your freedom. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 vegetables surprised you the most? Do you eat any of them at night? Share your story in the comments below. I read everyone. If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button so more seniors can see it before it's too late. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving health tips. Stroke doesn't wait. Neither should you.